Happy Friday, everyone. It is Friday, October the 24th, which means to me that that's about 61 days before Christmas that we are on the countdown. Like, oh my gosh. So, and that's the end of the year and all of the things that, you thought you'd get done by this time of the year, and you realize that you only got 60 days left to get them done. And so, hey, happy end of the year. I feel like this is it. Like this is it. This is the end. This is the end of the year. Just go with it and embrace it. So it'll fly by. All right. So our topic today, and I'll let you guys introduce yourselves because I think it's been a while since we said our names. Our topic today is how to stop masturbation. And again, these are topics that we pull from the internet. And so I have multiple thoughts. My first one is like, why would you want to? But but I'm going to let you guys take it and go from there. So who wants to jump in and who wants to, jump in, actually. That's it. That's the end of the question. Who wants to jump in?
So you mentioned introducing ourselves, so I guess we can do that first. So my name is Jessica Renard. I've been working for Atlanta Sex Therapy for almost 4 years now, which is kind of insane.
Oh my God.
Right? It's been almost 4 years. I'm a breath away from licensure. I specialize in a lot of different things, and I've worked with a variety of clients. I guess my first question for stopping masturbation is, again, why? So is it causing distress for someone, either for the person that is masturbating? So like, is it painful, or is it consuming all of your time? Like, are you late for work? Are you not able to have relations
at work? That's a problem.
That's a problem, especially with some working environments. Like that's, like that could lead to exposure or, yep. Like grade school teachers. We gotta keep that under wraps. So I can definitely see why that would cause distress. If it is not causing distress, why are we wanting to stop it? So like that would be my big question, because I think a lot of people don't realize that when we look at diagnosable conditions, the big part is it causing you distress? Because if it's not causing you distress, it's not necessarily diagnosable unless you're causing a lot of other people distress, like homicidal tendencies.
Right.
It may not be causing you any distress. It is causing others distress, and there we can diagnose that. But for the most part, other people's distress are not part of that diagnosis process. And so, like, what does that look like? And let's start a conversation there.
Okay, so much, but I'm going to let you go first, Amanda.
Yeah.
Tell us who you are.
Hi, everybody. I am Amanda Flax. I am the intern this year at Atlanta Sex Therapy. I've been here almost a year. It's been 10 and a half months, which is
wow.
insane. I specialize, I'm still working on what I specialize in, but I love working with trauma, folks who've experienced trauma, especially, and also folks who have chronic and life-limiting illnesses with. So as far as our question today, I have the same reaction. Why immediately would we want to stop or limit masturbation? And my second thought is, getting to the heart of why that's important to you. I've worked with a lot of folks who've experienced religious trauma, and bring a lot of loaded feelings about masturbation to their relationships and their personal, like, solo sex life. So I think that's like my second thought, is just getting to the why. Is it because you and your partner don't want to do it anymore? Is it affecting your life, like your job? Is it a shame issue? So how can we support those goals while also finding out like the why behind as far as it goes?
Yeah. Okay. First introducing myself. Hello, everybody. I am Natalie Elliott, and I am the founder of Atlanta Sex Therapy, and so excited to be able to have served our community for 15 years at Atlanta Sex Therapy. And so just like time flies, like, wow. Like, wow. And it's just a privilege to serve. Because to me, it always feels like these are very private pains, and I'm going to self-disclose just a little bit. But I remember struggling personally, religiously with masturbation and just feeling just horrible and terrible. And it felt like in the darkness alone, because you don't disclose these things to anybody, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I love about our work is I feel that we help people with their most private pains.
Yeah.
You know, this is not something that you're telling your friends about.
Yeah.
It's not. Yes, ma'am.
You might should. Just throwing that out there. Like, there is so much privacy that the more we don't talk about something, the more power we give it, the more we are isolated, the more we are not connected. You would be shocked at how many people deal with the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So I would almost guarantee you someone in your friend group also feels weird about masturbation. And so, like, potentially, like, what I recommend to a lot of my clients is having a show that has something about it on there to where we're not necessarily bringing it up in conversation cold, because that's challenge. Be like, what do you think about masturbation at brunch? Like, that's weird. But if you're watching,
it's like the most popular brunch restaurant in Atlanta,
right, like mimosas and about that. But like, if we're watching Sex Education, there is a particular episode that deals with a lot of female masturbation, and the artist, the actress who masturbated on there was really surprised at how much came out after that episode, because she was, for the most part, unknown. She did not think that this would be a widely known episode, or that she would be widely known. After this episode, she was on the map. People wanted to talk to her about math. They're like, oh my God, this was amazing. Like, I'm so glad that you did this. Or like, this was so powerful to see this episode. And she's like, I was just pretending to wank on television because she's British. And so it was really amazing. And I think because we hadn't seen that level of female masturbation or how it was portrayed in Finding Yourself and Finding Out What You Like, that it was kind of revolutionary.
Wow. Welcome to the world. Okay. I want to start, well, we're in the middle now, but I want to have a conversation a little bit about the flat out fact that you are a sexual being, period. If you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs has changed throughout the years, but if you look at like the first original Maslow's hierarchy of needs, sex is down there with like food and shelter. And over the years, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs has changed a little bit. I think it is still that important. I do. And so I would like first people to just realize that they are sexual beings. They are mammals on this earth that are sexual beings.
Yeah.
And can we take that away from kind of the condemnation, I guess is the only word that I'm coming up with. It might not be the best word that goes with any kind of sexual functioning outside of, we're in the South, like marriage. But can we also realize that the age of sexual maturity, where you're ready to have sex, you're feeling like having sex, you're having sexual feelings, is about 15 years off from when people typically marry, if people marry at all, because we have a lot of people who don't get married and are choosing to be single. And so I'm about to be 50 and I'm not married yet. And so there has to be some type of allowance for you being a sexual being.
Yeah.
Period. And that's what I want to say. So I want you to first, if you're not in a committed, if you are in a committed relationship, like, yeah, you. And that's another conversation with masturbation, your partner, and all of that, and get your needs met. And there's such thing as having a solo sex life and a partner sex life. But if you don't have a partner, I really don't want you beating yourself up for still having a need and having desire for sex. That's what I want. I don't want you beating yourself up for having a need for sex. You need sex. Like, you're a mammal on this earth. You have an innate desire to procreate. And so that innate desire to procreate is an innate desire for procreation activities. Like, it's mammal, this is the species trying to survive. Yeah. And so, yeah. Okay. Go, Jessica. I see you wanting to Like jump in there.
No, it's funny because I want to also extend that out to people who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s.
Okay.
You are not dead yet. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter whether or not you have a partner or not.
Mhm.
You are allowed to have sexual desires. You are allowed to want sexual activity. Like I've worked with clients that are like talking to their mom and be like, well, you're 65, you're 68, you're 70. Like, you
Right.
shouldn't want that anymore.
Right.
And it's like, excuse you, have
Right.
you ever been in a 70-year-old body? Like, I do. Like, you wouldn't want somebody to say that to you when you're 70. Like, and I personally would love to still want to get frisky. And actually, like, nursing homes, statistically speaking, are a hotbed of illicit sexual activity and a high activator for STIs, honestly, because it doesn't go away. Like, sometimes it may fade a little and there may be periods. And if that's you, that's fine. And if that's not you, that's also fine.
One of the things that I've been working on with one of my clients this week is just the concept that at the core, sex is physical touch.
Yeah.
When are you not going to want to be physically touched? You know, and I know there's some like outliers, autism spectrum people, but there are like, and even in that, there's this episode where Sheldon, I think his girlfriend Amy hugs him, and he's like, "Oh God, I don't know if I like this." And like he was like, "It feels like you're a boa constrictor or something." And she's like, "Oh my God, you want me to stop?" And he's like, "No." I don't like this, but I like it. But physical touch is so important to human beings. So important to human beings. And not just human beings, most mammals. Human touch, you know. Even if remember like the monkey experiments where like the milk came out of one thing, but the carpet was over here and they craved to be with the carpet.
Yes.
It's the furry mom versus the wire mom. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to be able to speak English better. So
it's early.
So I would love people to A, not judge yourself, but B, also think about yourself in this grander idea of I'm a mammal on this earth without all of the judgment that sometimes being a human being can bring. Yeah. Okay. All right. Amanda, what's coming up for you?
I love what you're saying, Natalie, about really honoring the biological need we have for sex, like as mammals and human beings. I think that gets dismissed a lot in culture. The medical community, the religious community, culture, we often dismiss that as a want rather than a need. And so I want our clients and the people listening like to really hear that from us. Like, it's something you need, and that's okay. So it's better than okay. Like, do it. And I keep returning to your initial question of, limiting masturbation. And I'm thinking about the couples that I've worked with, one or two couples this year where it's a real point of contention for them, like how often the partner masturbates, under what circumstances it happens. And it's really opened my eyes. I mean, I can say, like, as the intern and trainee, like, it's opened my eyes about like the deeply held feelings that people have about masturbation. I was really lucky to grow up in a sex positive family before that was cool. And so I remember feeling shocked the first time somebody said to me, "Oh, my partner shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's like cheating on me." And I was like, wow, you really feel strongly about that. So I want to also honor that, like, in the learning I've done. Like, I respect that people have really strong feelings about it. And I think that we have to talk about it. A lot of, especially a partner to partner within relationships, we have to talk about these expectations. Because everybody is on the same page, and we can't. I think, especially with couples, we need to be careful about trying to control someone's sexual agency too much, and figure out what that's coming from.
Yeah, definitely. So,
for me. Yeah.
All right, Jessica.
Yeah, I think those are all fabulous things. And I think to kind of just extend that, also, if that is coming up for you, whose voice is that in? Like, Where is that coming from? Is that coming from the church? Is that coming from your parents? Is that coming from your best friend Susie? Like, who is that coming from? Is that coming authentically from you? Do you actually believe that? Or is that messaging that you've absorbed? And so like it makes me think of like Emily Nagoski's metaphor of like we all have a garden and people plant things there before we know it exists.
Wow. Yeah.
And so sometimes people, parents, religion, they're like, look at this lovely kudzu. It's so green. Let's plant all this kudzu. And you're like, that's an invasive species. Like, I don't want that. Or mint. Like, it smells good. We can make tea. And then if anybody's a gardener, you can't get rid of mint. Like, you can't kill it. It's just there forever.
Okay. I'm excited by that because I'm not a gardener. So if I could plant something that won't go away, that really excites me. So, okay, I want to get around to the person. I do want to get around to the person who really is like, no, this is out of control. I almost got caught by something. All right. And I want to tell that person, take a deep breath. The difference between shame and embarrassment. Shame is I am a bad person. Embarrassment is I did something bad. And so I invite you to shift out of shame into just I'm embarrassed and I can change my behavior. Just that simple statement of I can change behavior. And then understand this is simple behavior change. So kind of, if you can, it's almost like just the facts, ma'am. Step away from the judgment that you're having from yourself, because that is probably forcing you into the behavior again. It's a crazy negative cycle. Yeah. But as soon as you can say, hey, this is something I like to do a lot, no judgment on myself. I completely accept myself for who I am and my desires. And I really got to stop doing this. I'm going to exaggerate 20 times a day. Like, I got to stop doing it 20 times a day. It's not healthy for my body anymore. I'm causing a little bit of injury. This isn't working for me. And then we're going to slowly take it down. Okay. So from 20 to 19 or 18, we're going to slowly take it down. What do you need to replace the behavior with? So when I feel that urge, I will now get yarn and create a blanket. What is that called? Not knitting.
Crocheting.
Crochet, knit. I will do a word puzzle. I will walk around the block. I will stand on my head. I will get the fidget machines and fidget with my hands. I will do something else. Build a brick wall, brick by brick. Like, what? Hey, I'm sure somebody in Georgia needs a retaining wall. So, just figure out what's the one thing that you can do to replace the behavior, and then slowly start replacing the behavior. And this is simply keep a journal, some type of tracking your actions, because human beings are wonderful at some things, and tracking actions and deluding ourselves. Sometimes we're really good at that too. Yeah. And so tracking actions, are you actually making progress? Setting up rewards for yourself. If I do this, then I'll get to do this. If I reach less than 10 times a day, I'm taking myself to Disney World or wherever you want to go. And really making sure that you are creating change in your life. And if you're a person, and I know 20 was an exaggeration, for some people it might not be, but if you really are trying to cause that type of change, like if it is that dramatic of a change, give yourself time. Give yourself time. Reducing it. If you're doing 20 times a day, reducing it one time a week. So give yourself 20 weeks to get down to once a day. Yeah. And also, I think, be realistic. Is this something you need to completely 100% get rid of or not? What's realistic? When I used to do substance abuse counseling, that was my internship. Some of the guys had stopped drinking hard liquor but still drank beer, and that was enough for them. That gave them back control in their life. Yeah. And I think for some people, no, they're alcoholics, they have to change everything. And then we learned, for some people, like tequila is the death of them. And just stopping, if they could just get off tequila, everything else was fine. And so really understanding who you are and your individual needs for what's going to make your life work. And that's the way we as therapists and professionals figure out where something is a problem or not. Is it causing you distress? Jessica, I think you were talking about that. Is it causing you distress? And so let's figure out, is it causing you distress, in which ways? And then work so that you have a life that works for you.
Yeah.
It just does. So, okay. Other comments? Nothing's coming up for anybody?
I want to give Amanda time because I feel like I hog so much airtime. So
go for it.
No, a feeling is not a fact. So being very aware that just because you feel a certain way does not mean that is factual information. So like our brains lie to us regularly, alarmingly. Inaccurate data, like we need a scopes or snopes or whatever it is for our brains, because so many of the time it's just straight out gobbledygook. It's lies. And so being very aware of, and Natalie, you talked about this earlier, but you didn't say this word, acceptance. So there's a difference between accepting something. Like if I'm interested in a particular sexual act that doesn't make me bad or wrong, I just need to find other people who are also interested in that sexual act to do that with me. Versus being with people who are like, oh my God, you're wrong for that. You're bad for that. Like that is called yucking somebody's yum, by the way. And so it's one of those things that like, maybe I don't want to be around that negativity. Maybe I can accept that I like this and I need to find other people that like that. Again, as long as it is consensual and you're not harming anyone without consent and not like life harming harm. So.
Yeah. I love that. And I think out of all that you just said, I want people to know, like, there is a tribe out there for you. You are not. People think that they're so isolated and they're so weird and they're so like, I'm the only one. And so, yeah, I remember one of my first clients that had a foot fetish, and they were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I like this." I was like, "That's pretty mainstream fetish. I don't think it's a fetish anymore." And like, and just the relief they felt, but it is you are not alone. I know you feel like you're the only person who's doing whatever you're doing. You are not alone. Go find your tribe. That life is a good place to start. I think Craigslist is now not a thing anymore, but I think Black
it is a thing, but like I don't know that I would recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It changed some type of way. It used to be a thing. And so anyway, all that to say is Google can help you.
We can help you.
Yes, and we can help you. And we are Atlanta Sex Therapy. We can help you, and we're not going to judge you. And we want you to understand that you're human and that you're probably more normal than you think. Like so normal. So normal. So, okay. Closing thoughts as we leave the people on this fabulous Fall Friday.
I'm laughing over here, Natalie, about it's not really funny, but you were saying about like the isolation of these problems. Like we often feel alone. Well, masturbation is the ultimate alone. So that's what I was giggling about, like the ultimate alone. But in all seriousness, I just want to reiterate what you're saying, that this information, these practices, they're not shocking to us. And one of the most damaging things psychologically is to be isolated and feel alone as you try to solve these problems. So we can really help if you're struggling with it, help you get to the root of why you're feeling some kind of way about it, strategies to reduce your practices if they're harmful to you, and also just some affirmation that you're not alone is so powerful. We don't want you to be alone as you struggle through this. So please reach out. We can help.
Yeah. All right, Jessica.
I'm just being contrary this morning. So, like, you can masturbate alone, or you can masturbate with a partner. And it may be really helpful to masturbate with a partner because you're going to know your body and the quickest and efficient way to get yourself where you want to go. And the other person may not know that, or be like, oh, that's an interesting technique, or I hadn't thought about that, or I didn't realize that you liked this. Like, that can be really informative to partners. So, I would encourage you to potentially not masturbate alone, and that will make you feel less alone. It is very nerve-wracking because it's something that you do for yourself, and you're used to doing it by yourself. Yeah. So there is a bit of a hurdle there, but like, you could jump it and find out what's on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Because it is typically an alone activity, and so inviting your partner to share that very intimate moment, I would hope would increase the vulnerability in the relationship and the closeness and the connectedness in the relationship. And so I think that should be really great. Okay. I want to end with this statement. Masturbation is healthy. Drop the mic. That's it. All right, ladies, y'all have a great day. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.